In Mexico, the Máscaras are the foundation of Lucha Libre. It's the first thing that people think of when they hear the word luchador. Of course, there are many types and kinds of masks. You can find some that use just one color and have a simple design, and others that are full of different colors and intricate visuals. Almost every kid in Mexico has had a máscara at some point in their lives. Mostly the inexpensive ones that use esponja, sponge, as the main material. They are part of our culture, and for every Lucha Libre fan, owning a professional mask is a goal that once achieved becomes a great treasure. Today I want to talk to you about Arturo Bucio Perea and his legacy, a family that has dedicated decades to the art of mask making. And if you think that mask makers only have to bring to life the design that luchadores already bring to them, you'll want to listen to this. Because the Bucio family is well known for their impressive skills in making masks, but also for creating the designs of some of the most famous máscaras. Arturo Bucio Perea was the man who put his family in the Lucha Libre business. And although he himself wouldn't be known or seen in the ring, the masks he made would be seen by millions of people around the world, making the Bucio last name a synonym with quality in the mask making circles. Arturo Bucio loved Lucha Libre, and when in 1969 he lost his job, he thought it would be a good idea to earn some money by making cheap masks and selling them outside the arenas that had Lucha Libre events. Of course, he had the skills to do this because he had worked in his grandparents' business, which made a living fixing the clothes of everyone who sought their help. He knew he could sew the different parts of the mask, but he didn't know how to actually make one. So he quickly went out to buy a cheap máscara, started to break it apart, and reverse engineered to understand how the different materials came together to create a máscara. He became so good at it that just a couple of years later, he was noticed by some professional luchadores, and he began to make professional level máscaras that the masked idols used in the ring. His 3 children started helping him since they were kids. They all began by doing the simpler tasks in the workshop, and eventually became masters of the craft themselves. Arturo Bucio Perea had 3 sons who helped him: Gustavo, the oldest one, then Arturo, and the youngest one, Genaro. Arturo, the middle son who shares his name, stayed with his father when his 2 other brothers began their own mask-making business. Arturo has said that his father mainly worked the sewing machine while he took care of the designs and stencils. The second Arturo also has 2 sons who also went into the mask-making business. The older one carries the name of his father and grandfather, Arturo, and the younger one is Ángel Ever Bucio, who has also started his own mask-making business and goes as Evander Bucio on social media, where he shows the world how masks are made and usually wears a mask in the interviews he gives. The 2 Arturos have made masks for the biggest names in Lucha Libre, and Arturo Jr. has said that he created more than 80 designs for 1000 máscaras. Some of the other well-known luchadores they've worked for include Dos Caras, Rayo de Jalisco, Fishman, Atlantis, Superastro, Solar, Los Brazos, El Cobarde, and many more, having worked with more than 3,000 luchadores. You have to remember that luchadores rarely have only one mask maker. So even if you hear me say that the Bucios made máscaras for some luchadores, that doesn't mean that they were the only ones who made máscaras for them. Gustavo and Genaro, the other 2 sons of Arturo Bucio, worked with their father and brother until 1994, when they decided to start their own mask-making business, which is still active till this day. Gustavo took the role of sewer, and his brother Genaro is more focused on designing and cutting the different parts of masks. Has designed 90% of the designs Dr. Wagner Jr. has used in his masks, and it was he who convinced him to use different designs in his mask, which was traditionally all white. He also created the designs of hugely popular AAA luchadores like Abismo Negro, Histeria, Alebrije, Psicosis, Mosco de la Merced, and more. One of their most popular clients is Rey Mysterio Jr. They started working with him when he was just having his first matches in AAA and have worked for him ever since. They have been so instrumental to his career that he thanked them during his Hall of Fame induction speech. Both brothers have told the story of a young Japanese guy that visited their workshop for a couple of days, saying he was a big fan and that he wanted to take some pictures and videos. He followed them around, paying attention to how they worked and recording every step of the mask-making progress. A few months later, they learned that this Japanese guy was also making masks for Rey Mysterio. His name is Masahiro Hayashi. Gerardo has said that Hayashi told him that Rey Mysterio asked both of them to make him gear for WrestleMania 26. That year he wanted to wear a design reminiscent of the native creatures from the movie Avatar. Hayashi told Gerardo that once he delivered the gear he had created, Rey apologized to him and said that he liked the one that Gerardo had made more, and that's the one he used for his match. Regarding the Bucio family, Hayashi said, "I visited the Bucio workshop many times while Arturo Sr. was alive. They heavily influenced my own mask making techniques. Their production method is perfectly established to handle orders from many luchadores with speed and efficiency. They construct masks using almost no glue. This seems impossible, but they work as if it were completely natural. It is an eye-opening, logical, and surprising production method." Gustavo and Gerardo are a tag team in the mask-making business that has left a huge imprint. Aside from the previously mentioned luchadores, they have also worked for Cibernético, Máscara Sagrada, El Hijo del Santo, Tinieblas Jr., Silver King, and many more. What began in 1969 as a quick way to earn money outside of arenas grew into a permanent operation in professional wrestling. The Bucio family built a multi-generational business through precise cutting, original designs, and strict attention to detail. 3 generations later, they still produce the gear for the sport's biggest stars. And they prove that it's not necessary to lace up the boots and put on a mask to leave a long-lasting impact in Lucha Libre. Today I want to thank the Bucio family for creating some of the most iconic visuals in this beautiful sport, made even more beautiful thanks to their work. Thank you for watching, I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments what are some of the most beautiful Máscaras in your opinion. Don't forget to join me every Saturday to watch AAA's weekly show together and follow me to learn more about Lucha Libre. I'm Eric and I will see you in the next video.